I love cars. I always have. There's just something about them that I just love. So when I found there was a game where you could design and build your own car from the bottom up, I was like, okay, I'm in. When I found out that when you're done designing your car, you can export that car to BeamNG and drive it around, I thought, okay, I'm really in. This is automation. There is a campaign. I have not touched it yet. This game, I should point out, is in early access. The campaign is not complete yet. They call it a light campaign. I've not touched that yet. This game is still very early, but there is a sandbox. I've messed around with it a little bit, but I've only done a couple things. I have not got very deep into it at all. Now, when I said that I love cars of all kinds, there is a but in there. There is one type of car that I don't like, the minivan. And I know they're practical and efficient, but they're just not my thing. I just personally don't like them. So today, what I thought we would do is design a minivan that I would buy. So let's jump into the sandbox and see what we can come up with. Alright, as you can see, there are a lot of different kind of, blank templates that you can then mold into whatever you want. But for today, we are going to search for nothing except minivans. Okay, I would buy that. But I need something that just looks minivan-ish. I'm thinking this 2003 People Mover. That's a good start. Alright, and we are in. This is where your car begins. You choose the panel material, and in the career, they will have, different costs. The better, the lighter they are, the more they're going to cost, but the longer they'll last, and the longer they'll take to engineer, all that. I'm not going to worry too much about price and realism because it is just the sandbox. But I'm not going to go crazy. I'm going to, try and keep it semi-realistic. So for the panels, I think let's do fiberglass panels. For the chassis, we'll go with monocoque. Now the chassis material, we'll go with corrosion-resistant steel. We are going to have it longitudinal because I want my minivan to be rear-wheel drive. And we will have just double wishbone suspension on the front and the back. Quality, I'm not going to worry about that. That's more of a career thing. Now, you get to choose and create your own engines for the car as well. We're going to create a new engine. The family name of engines will be Engine, clever, and the variant name of that engine will be for minivan. I'm not good with names. Okay, now, for my minivan, I want a beautiful, smooth V6 is what I'm going for here. We'll go with the 60-degree V 6-cylinder. Now for the block, nothing too fancy. It will be aluminum. This is where I have a confession to make. Yes, I do love cars. Do I know how every little bit of the inside works? No, I do not. It's like with the computer. I know how to use the computer, but if someone was to take one apart and hand it to me, all the pieces, and said, put it back together, I would say, nah. I know what all the stuff under the hood does, but what is inside the stuff under the hood necessarily, not my, area of knowledge. What I do know is I would like a 3.5 liter, and you can change the bore and the stroke. Right now they seem to be pretty much even, and I'm going to try and keep them relatively even because this is the part where I don't know what I'm doing. So we're just going to click up evenly-ish until we hit 3.5 liters. There are little tool tips. Right here, you click on it, you highlight it. It tells you what they, do. But I'm not going to go through all that. Well, I did, but I'm not going to do it anymore. I'm just going to wing it. Ah, right there. 3.5 liters on the nose. It will be a dual overhead cam engine. More is better. The head material can be aluminum. For the crank, I'm thinking forged steel. Now, like I said, this is a minivan that I would buy. So I want it to be pretty quick. So we're going to go forged on most of the things. Just so that it don't break on us. Okay, on the next page, this is where I'm lost. It's nice that it just shows race, sport, normal, but like this number, what does this number mean? 40 what? Who knows? I don't. That is kind of nice though, if you don't know what you're doing like me, you just, high is more, low is less, and if you do know what you're doing, you can put the number in. Now, is it going to be turbocharged? Yes, it is. Is it going to be twin turbocharged? I guess it has to be. See, now this is where it loses me again. Journal bearing, ball bearing. I have no idea. I'm just going to leave it there. Intercooler, yes. Now, the preset for the turbo, race, I think will be too much. And custom, no, I'm not doing that. I think we will have it more performance-oriented. Fuel system, it will be injected, direct injection per cylinder, and the intake, not a race one, but a better one than just a standard one, so we'll go performance. Now as for the fuel type, we're going to probably need premium fuel. I love watching it up here get built. That's just neat, I think. The exhaust, the headers can only be short cast. We are going to have dual exhaust though, I'll tell you that. Now we want to be nice and legal, so we will have a catalytic converter, but it will be a high flow one. And we don't want it to be too obnoxiously loud, so we will have straight through muffler and then no second muffler though. Alright, now that we're done, we can kind of see where we're at. We are at 344 pounds-feet of torque and 236 horsepower. Oh, I read that graph wrong. Duh. We got 344 or 46 now, torque like I said, but the horsepower, we're making 304. I still want more. Oh, if you're messing with stuff and something goes yellow or red, that means that's bad. And see right here, it is showing me that the engine is knocking now because I've screwed up the timing so bad. Okay, let's just test it and see. We've got some trouble here before I test it. Airflow restriction. So, we need to make the intercooler a little bit bigger. And the compressor a little bit bigger. And the turbine a little bit bigger, just until it's green. Okay, now we were at 348 horsepower. That's more what I'm talking about. Let's test it. Nothing went too terribly bad over here. Now that was just the engine. Now we get to design the body. What color do we want? Yellow, green, blue, nice dark blue. I actually don't mind that dark blue. Now, I gotta choose the headlights. So we'll try this one. Oh, there's different variants of it. Yes, I like that with the little right there. We will accept that for now. Taillights. Actually, I'm about to run out of hard drive space. I will be right back. Okay, we're back. We were looking for taillights. We need one at the top. That's what we need. Gotta have that. Okay, we may be onto something with these. I like that. Now we move on. Do I want a grill with fog lights? The answer to that is yes. I think the headlights need to get a little bit smaller and move up. Oh, what about something along the side? Oh yeah. There we go. That is what I'm talking about. Little tiny bit bigger. A little farther back. Oh yeah. Do we want a hood scoop? I think we do. Yes. There we go. Now we will need a fuel door. Good. Antenna. Check. Now we go to the summary. And then we can export it to BeamNG. And then we'll be able to go over there and drive it around. Oh, we didn't give it a name. Pigeon. 3.5 T-4. I like it. And just like that, we can now go drive it. But I have been talking for far too long, so we will test this out in BeamNG in the next episode. I will see you then.